Damn. Oh,
Okay, no worries. But
sorry.
yes, well, what you said earlier about like sometimes the things that happen to us that seem like something bad, but to remind yourself there's a blessing there, and even if you can't see it, right? So I got that really came home to me this week because I had the occasion of having two of my sons yelling at me at the same day and telling me, whatever terrible things that was the rottenest mother or didn't do this right or something when they were younger. And so, but what was wonderful about it is that even though it was very painful and it caused me to like search my heart and say, am I a terrible person? And, but then a miracle happened because I remembered how when I was a teenager and used to criticize my own dad and think, oh, he just, whatever way that I was judged that he had neglected us as kids or something. Anyway, suddenly this wave of forgiveness came over me that I had thought I'd already forgiven him for, whatever things that had happened when I was a kid. But it all came back in such a deeper way that I realized that someday maybe my kids will forgive me. And so that was what happened. And it was so beautiful that I wanted to share that.
That is really wonderful. And I so appreciate you sharing that. There's a deeper level here that's actually going on because your father knows that you're a kid, right? He knows you don't get it. Maybe you'll grow up old enough to figure it out. You'll have a better perspective. So wait till you have kids of your own, right? That's always what happens. So when you feel that rush of emotion and you're reminded that you thought your dad didn't know what he was doing, you're also forgiving yourself for not having the full perspective, for not understanding in that moment, for feeling resentment that he wasn't supportive the way you needed him to be. And so you can forgive yourself for ever feeling like you weren't living into the truth of who you are. And you can be proud of yourself for standing up for yourself and being such a great person and empowering your children to stand on their own 2 feet and be the best version of them that they can be. At this age, they're adults. They should be capable and resourceful and able to figure things out on their own. And when they can't, it's wonderful if they can bounce ideas off you to get support and encouragement, but in no way does it mean it's your responsibility or your obligation to continue to support them.
Right. And the good thing was that I realized, oh my gosh, all the years that I was so really stuffing my feelings about my dad while he was alive, I never had the courage to tell him. So what I'm proud about my kids is that they have the courage, they feel safe enough to tell me where I didn't feel
Yeah,
like I could tell my dad. So that's
yeah,
another good thing that at least they feel, that they can tell me.
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a win-win there.
It's a win when you don't accept it and you release it immediately and you give them the ability to honor their own relationship.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Kudos. Yeah. Michelle, you wanted to add something? I'm going to ask you to unmute. There you go.
No, I want to ask a question about it, actually. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Um, what does a wave of forgiveness feel like? What is that? How do you know
I
that's
I suddenly realized that I was guilty of the very same things that that I had been criticizing my dad for.
oh okay. Thank you. That I just wasn't sure how that
that's what that's what it was, and I
you
forgave myself at the same time I forgave him because I didn't do it on purpose. I was just so busy,
thank
with
you.
7 kids, a full-time job, and a demanding husband who never let me have a moment to myself. So it's just not
Thank you.
enough of
Uh,
me to go
I'm
around.
sorry. I didn't understand.
Yes,
Now I
yes.
understand. Thank you.
Cool. All right, Archana, we're so glad you're here. I hope you can come on camera and let us know what you'd like to celebrate.
Yeah, hi everyone. Archana here. So yeah, for me, I've just been really enjoying my family. My mom had a birthday on Sunday. And then we also went to a memorial service for another family friend who passed away. But just the community and the connections are always so beautiful to have. Um, and then, yeah, I got asked to be on an interfaith panel for a Center for Spiritual Living locally. So it's similar to Agape. Mark Anthony trained at Agape with Michael Beckwith, but brought it back to Chicago, and then had Bodhi and then Cityside. So I'll be on the interfaith panel this Sunday, and I'll be representing my family's tradition, the Hinduism part. And I've done a lot of this in decades, over the decades. So I'm really excited to do it here, which is actually one of my home groups here that I go to spiritually. So that'll be nice. And we've also been kind of active in putting in some healthy options locally for a meditation center that's Buddhist that we belong to, the Sangha. And instead of a Popeyes, we would like to put in a healthy, raw, organic, vegan juice place, and also a healthy option for women in fitness. So we're trying to work with the mayor, and a lot's going on there. And the biggest joy for me is just meeting lots of very cool people at the beach. And this morning I met a beautiful family of nurses and practitioners, and they're cute little 2-year-old twins that I'm going to play with at the beach all the time now. And we also went to my sauna at the lakefront. We have a lakefront sauna where you can go in the sauna and then dip in the water. So that's like our new fun thing this week. But we've just been really enjoying the summer. And tomorrow we have friends visiting from Utah, and my son will be there too. So we're just having like a really beautiful time. Evanston and Chicago are great in the summer, and I keep forgetting in the winter it gets really cold. So a lot of celebrations here, a lot of celebrations. Yeah. And
That's
Jim is here as
great.
well.
How can it get even better than this? We get to hear from Jim. That's how. Hey, Jim, good to
Hi
see
there.
you. What can we
Good to
help
see
you
you. Good to see
celebrate?
everybody. Well, I noticed I do, a weekly energy healing call on Zoom, but I also stream it live on Facebook. And I noticed when I went into my back office that I had 150 hits on that, which is pretty cool. I don't know exactly what that means, and but it just sounds like, well, people are looking at it, I guess. And so that was awesome. And see, just enjoying yeah, for me, it's a big deal if I go into the lake because I say I'm not a swimmer, I'm a sinker. And my body, the BMI and all that, I just don't float. I sink. And if I try to swim, I flail. So ever since I was little, I did not, swimming was not me. But I am enjoying plunging in the water. We were we were swimming and riding waves in when the water was a little more active. Um, yeah, it's just been it's fun to do new things. And oh, I heard something about that the universe supports bold action or something like that. There was some kind of a statement. And so, taking those little risks even is a great way to, feel like something is happening in a good way. So that's,
Beautiful. Congratulations.
well, thank you.
How can it get even better than this? I love that. And I forgot to say it after we heard from Ruthie. So my apologies, Ruthie. That's great, Jim. There's so many things that you and Archana are taking advantage of. And how wonderful. You missed, or maybe you heard when I think it was Carolyn who was talking about how she was really celebrating little things and even the
Mm,
difficult things and finding the joy in everyday life.
yeah.
And that's really what you two are doing. So kudos.
Yeah. And I
Congratulations.
wanted to, I remembered one more thing. We found Waldo. There, the downtown uh, gave prizes for people that went around to each little merchant, and the Waldos were hidden in all these merchants. And so we found 20 in 20 different shops. We found Waldo.
33.
Well,
Yeah.
total, but we won fabulous prizes
That's
as we found the Waldo.
great. What a
Yeah,
fun little
yeah,
activity. That's
yeah.
really
And we met a lot
cool.
of people.
Yeah,
I don't want to take up too much time, but
that's
yeah,
great.
it was great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's very cool. Go ahead, Ruthie.
Jim, I wanted to tell you that I was a sinker as well, and I found out that if that your lungs are natural flotation devices. If you take a deep breath of air, you'll actually float better, you know? So,
Yeah, I just can't hold it all the time.
oh yeah, right.
I'll be like a little bobber, as soon as I exhale, then I go down. And
I hear it's easier in salt water.
yeah, salt water. But yeah,
It's buoyant.
in the
Awesome.
lake we sink.
Wow.
Thanks,
How
Ruthie.
fun. How
Yeah.
fun. Well, let's hear from Michelle. I'm sure you've got lots to celebrate, Michelle.
I believe I do. First of all,
Yay.
made it. Yay. I didn't make it yesterday, but I made it today. Yay. Okay, so I'm a recovery coach and we have a reunion every year, and that was on Saturday, and I went in person and they asked me to help out with something, and I did. I got to hug a lot of people. It was freaking awesome. And I won the prize for $100 money order, which is wild to me. And I'm hoping to win the convention package. That's next. So that was Saturday. I haven't seen the baby in 2 weeks. I'm okay. Surprisingly enough, I'm okay. But the most important thing that happened this week, and I got to share it with you guys. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to be on time, but ever since my accident, I have to ride the medical ambulances to get to and from appointments. And I keep talking to the drivers. God just talks to everybody in the vans. So I've been talking to this guy for at least 4 years, the driver I had this morning. And I was shown to tell him that it's time for him to stop getting in his own way, and he's being lied to. And what he has to create has to be for God to awaken people. And that's really all I heard. There was a lot. Well, it was a 40-minute ride. And I, I felt Christ consciousness for the first time ever, ever. And I'm sitting here like this with my eyes closed, letting God do his thing. And I'm like, now I just have to figure out how to stay there. Because, like, first time ever, ever. And I went to that place of bliss once, and that was different. It's not the same thing, but I'm just trying to hold on tight. And I meditated more today, little bits here and there. But and I had to say goodbye to my smart group. That's the place I've been going for 3 years, because I'm starting a new group on Monday, and one of my best friends is in it.
That's
Okay,
great. That's
and
great.
thank you.
Yeah. How could it get even better than this? And Michelle, the key is not going and trying to grab on to that Christ consciousness too hard. Okay. Instead of thinking, oh, darn it, I'm out of it. How am I ever going to get back there again?
Okay.
Instead, you go, I've experienced Christ consciousness. So that means I can experience this anytime. All I have to do is welcome it in. I don't have to understand it. It doesn't have to be a special situation. It doesn't require incense. There's no, like, I don't have to wear my favorite shirt. I can just invite in and welcome in Christ consciousness in the moment. And maybe it helps me to close my eyes because I had my eyes closed. And I just know that all is well and the right things are flowing through me. And if you find that speaking it out loud really brings it through for you, you can turn on the record device on your cell phone and you can close your eyes, do the 3 deep breaths, breathe in, I am, breathe out consciousness, and then start your conversation with God. Start your conversation with Christ, ask questions and find out what comes through. And it may not seem to make sense at first. It doesn't when I journal. I just write down what I hear. And then I go back and it makes sense after the fact.
Thank you.
But it's always the energy. It's always how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing for me too. I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't like say thank you all day. Like I'm like at the doctor, they got to do the things. My surgery's supposed to be on 10/7, and I'm doing what I got to do. And before I got to that doctor, I was like floating.
Yeah. You can
I
just say, I'm so happy and grateful that I easily experience Christ consciousness all the time.
yeah,
I'm so happy and grateful. Just keep saying that over and
and
over again because your words create your reality.
that happened here. That happened from being here. I know that this is why, because of all of you. I just wanted to share it.
Thank you so much. That is wonderful. What a huge experience. Amazing. We're
Amazing.
so happy for you.
Thank
And you
you.
know what any one of us experiences, we all get to experience it too. So be on the lookout, peeps, because it's coming your way. Michelle's leading the charge. Thank you. What a blessing. How can
Thank
it get even better than this? That is fabulous. Wow. David Shang, I am thrilled to pieces you're here again. You made it 2 weeks in a row. Yay.
you. Ooh,
I can hit the ask to unmute. There we
Thank
go.
you.
Sure.
Uh, well, it's very nice to be back because I'm actually in Santa Fe. I got back here. Well, actually, I'm in Albuquerque, and I have to go to Las Vegas tomorrow for this family and fraternity thing, this co-ed fraternity. But what I wanted to say about Michelle, first of all, that's really great news about the Christ consciousness and cosmic consciousness. The way I look at it is, we don't have to try to get back into it. We just have to realize we're already in it, and we're always in it, and we're always right in the middle of it. That's the way I look at it. So it's sort of what Elaine was saying. Don't try to grab something that there's no need to grab. Um, in fact, I'm going to just quote Jim Carrey at the end of his speech at Maharishi University. He said something how tricky it is that the universe would give us something, would make us strive for something we already possess. Like that's what it is. And it was basically how tricky the universe can be because we're looking for something, but we have it already. So anyway, so for me, so last week I was in Boston, and then this week, so I managed to clean up one locker and consolidate into the other lock into a smaller one. So that was quote unquote a win. And then getting back with all my stuff was another win. And then uh, everything's good. So and it's great to be here and hear everybody plowing ahead despite obstacles. That's what I call life. And the obstacles will never go away. I mean, people have to be kidding themselves if they think that. But anyway, so I'm very grateful to be here, and I hope to be here under more stable circumstances next week because there's no place like home, and I don't really have one right now. But anyway, thank you.
Oh, we're so glad you're here, David. It's really wonderful to see you. How can it get even better than this? Kudos on consolidating your stuff. That always feels good when you feel like you're kind of in control of things and it's all coming together. Lisbeth's in the house. Yay, Lisbeth. We're so glad you're here. We'd love to hear what you could celebrate with us. Let me ask you to unmute. Maybe that'll be easier.
I got it.
Okay, good. Woo!
Sorry. I had just stepped away thinking I wasn't going to be next.
Yeah, you're
Um,
good.
well, first of all, a very belated but very heartfelt thank you to all who sent prayers last week. Um, it was beyond harrowing to have sirens going off and on the phone and in the town for tornado watch. But we made it through okay. So thank you. Um, yeah. Um, so that was a huge win. And then even though it didn't go on for that long, the thunderstorms went on for a long time too. And I guess my nervous system was just spent for a couple of days. And so my other win is that, and I don't know if anyone's mentioned this already, Deborah and Marcy did a day of healing. Did anyone go to that?
Georgie did. Yeah, he
Okay,
said it was really
yeah.
good.
Wasn't that amazing? Oh my gosh. I almost didn't go. It was kind of like at the last minute on Saturday morning, I signed up and not only was it John Newton, but the breath work person. Actually, I fell asleep during Deborah's part at the very beginning, which lasted into the breathwork person who was amazing, and then John Newton, and then another woman. And then there were gifts too, like, John's program with a discount, and um the third person whose name escapes me right now offered a little free session, which I had on Sunday. So really nice. So those are my
Bless
main wins. Thank you.
That's great. Congratulations. How can it get even better than this? We're continuing to send calming energy for the weather in your area. So feel free to send the rain
Thank
out to
you.
California. It is much appreciated. We have
You're
some
welcome to
fires
it.
that, yeah, we have some fires that would do great with some extra rain. Ooh, here's Arlene. Yay. Just in time. Arlene, we're so glad you're here. You're up next, so I hope you can join us on camera. If you want, I can go ahead and celebrate first, and then we can come back to you since you just signed in. There she is. Okay, let me ask you to unmute. There we go. And I know you just got back from your big event where you were working in the kitchens and stuff.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have good things to celebrate. One is that that I did go to the Falcon Ridge Folk Festival, had a great time, lived in my little blue tent for 10 days, and just it was wonderful. And got to work a little bit, and also got to hear some great music over the 3 days of the festival. I go there early, and then I'm on the pre-fest kitchen crew. And then when the festival comes, we're retired. So I just get to go hear music. So I just had a ball. And that was good. I got back. Other good news is my brother and his sweetie, Betty, my brother Jim and his sweetie Betty, um, detailed my car while I was gone. They said they were going to do that. And then they got seat covers and floor mats and a cover for the steering wheel and all that. And I said, well, the only thing I'm missing is some dice I had to hang on the mirror. So guess what? I now have dice to hang on the mirror. So anyway, it's just great. My car is a little blue car, and it's just real. It looks brand new. It's a 2021, but it looks brand new. So I'm pleased about that. And the other thing I have to report, which I'm pleased about, is that, let's see, is Carolyn here? Yeah,
Yes.
Carolyn and I hung out on Saturday. Had a great time, yeah. And the other thing I'm pleased about is I saw my ophthalmologist on Monday. My eyesight I knew had dilating and all that stuff. And anyway, my left eye, my good eye is good enough that I got the piece of paper so I can get my driver's license next year. That was my major concern, So I will be able to drive. I'm not going to drive a whole lot of places, but I will be able to drive to work and the grocery store and all that stuff, church, whatever,
That is
without
great.
any problem. So that's all.
Congratulations.
Lots to celebrate.
That is wonderful, Arlene. Congratulations. How can it get even better than this? I love that. You're just cooking with
Yeah.
gas, honey.
Yeah.
I love that you
Yeah.
have this
Okay.
fuzzy dice for your rear view mirror. That's going to look great.
They're black with the dots are rhinestone type.
Oh,
Dots.
wow. You'll have to send a photo.
I will. I will.
Well, I've got a lot to celebrate too. My husband's sister and her husband are in town visiting this week. And so we had a bunch of fun with them yesterday. I'll get to see them a little bit tonight and then all day tomorrow. So lots of family time. I am getting much better learning how to use AI. And one of my mentors that I work with, a guy named Sterling, has been creating all these new AI bots. And he happened to use me as the demo. And so he created a bunch of stuff using his bot based on what I do. And I was like, awesome, free outcome. He did it for me. I also got invited to be a guest on a podcast about retreats. And it was really funny because I was telling him, well, I'm working on putting together a virtual retreat, but I haven't done a lot of retreats. I do have training on how to get the most out of an event and how to make sure that your event is transformative. And he's like, yeah, that's why I want you on my show. And my sister and my husband and I are traveling with my sister and her husband up to Boston in September, early September. We'll have 3 days in Boston, then 3 days in Maine. Then we're going to our camp up in Vermont, and they're not going to stay very long. We're going to help them get where they're going, but we're staying for about a week at our camp in Vermont. So I'll see if anybody can sub while I'm out of town because I don't have internet service while I'm gone. I might have for like one time. Oh, wow, you're outside of Boston. That would be so cool if we could hook up, Monica. That'd be really fun. So, yeah, so that's it. I'm just really happy. Life is good and it's unfolding in perfect divine timing, right? Georgie, you wanted to share something? You have to unmute first. I can do the ask to unmute. There you are.
I can sub.
Oh, okay.
I can
Cool.
sub. And I just wanted to tell Jim something. When you swim, you go under the water, just come up to breathe, and then go under the water again. So you're under the water 10 seconds and you're above water 2 seconds. That's how you swim.
David will hold an intention
Okay.
for flow. You're good. Sorry. Awesome. Well, you're getting all kinds of good insights, Jim, about swimming. David, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week, we hope. Awesome. Well, it's time for intentions. Oh, sorry, Carolyn, you wanted to share. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that I think it's kind of awesome that you're getting time off where you just get to be with your family and wander. And hey, we're going to be just fine. You're with us always.
Thank you. Because you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We are all one. And we even have a kitty with us, except you went past the kitty, Arlene, and now we can't see you or the kitty. There we go. There we go. Whoop. Okay, let's start with the intentions, and we're starting with David McBride. David, what would you like some energy around?
In love and light, we are so happy and grateful to be expressions of the divine, spreading divine love to everyone we encounter and lifting the frequency of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is. And by the way, I am doing a full minute and 18 seconds, a full 78 seconds to support it. We have enough time. And if we go a little bit over, so be it. Something also came through for Ruthie, believe it or not. I was reminded of the book, The Map of Consciousness Explained by David Hawkins. He also wrote Power versus Force. And he has a whole thing where he starts at the very bottom of consciousness, where it's about shame and blame and blah, 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 blah. And I love when he is so detailed, because he's like, here's how you must be interpreting the world if this is where you're come from is, you know, this is what you think about God, this is what you think about you, this is what you think. And I was just guided to have you take a look at that and see what their experience is, and notice the difference between their experience and your experience. It's a chosen experience. And so you can hold intentions for them that they elevate their level of consciousness. You can't ever control anybody else's level of consciousness. They just kind of are where they are. But it came through. So I
Thank you
wanted to
so
share.
much. That's
Of
so
course.
perfect.
Of course. Yeah. Woo. Monica, are you ready for some high energy?
Yes, and I love that intention. And it reminded me of something I heard this week, that our purpose to be on Earth is to raise the vibration of the Earth. And so that was divine timing. And what a beautiful intention. Okay, thank you. In love and light, we release what no longer serves us. We find peace in every day as we lean into love every time that we are triggered. We continue to beam our light, shining as we serve our soul's truest and highest purpose every day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is. Wow, that was really powerful. Thank you. Such a great reminder that we can just let go of the old stuff. We don't have to hang on to it. We don't have to carry it around. We can just put it down. It's just like, you've got groceries and you walk around the house with them all day. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Go to the kitchen, put them down, put stuff in the fridge. You're good. I don't know why that's what came through, but that's what came through. Carolyn, are you ready for some great energy? Oop, you just remuted yourself. There we go.
All right, I got it. Yes, gratitude and joy and love and light. We celebrate our expanding consciousness as we step in the flow of healing for ourselves, planet, and all of mankind. Thank you, Divine, and so it is.
We give thanks, and so it is. So beautiful. So beautiful. I don't know why this came through. So I saw a truck yesterday and scanned the QR code on the side of the truck. And this person has a technology that will print on a wall and it will take your artwork and turn it into like a mural. And it scans up and down like this and goes side to side to print. And I saw the divine for all of us scanning back and forth, and anywhere there was an atom or a molecule that was a little bit out of place or needed a little extra support, they just print a new one. They just print a new one. Print a new one.
So great.
And it was going back, and I was like, wow, this is really interesting. I feel myself going back and forth in my chair.
I love
All right. Peggy's going to be right back. So we're going to support Dorji. Dorji, what is your intention?
In love and light, we are so happy and grateful, and our intention is for everyone in our family of light to have clarity about our own path forward into our highest potential. And all our present projects work out for the highest good of all, attracting all the resources we need to be of service to the divine in whatever way we are needed. Thank you, divine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is. Wow, that was really powerful, Dorji. Thank you so much. And really important to remember that we are doing the best we can and we are shining our light. And some people are going to get it and some people aren't. They just aren't. They aren't at a level where they're ready to receive it. And that's okay. That's okay. Just keep taking action and keep shining your light the way you choose to, because it's a really powerful thing to do. Really
Like
powerful.
David Hawkins says, our energy will lift up everybody. So, sometimes it seems like we're not doing anything, but we are.
Absolutely. Your energy is the most powerful thing you control. You bet. That's wonderful, Dorothy. Thank you so much. All right, Ruthie, what would you like some energy around?
Well, I want to thank everybody who's gone so far because you've all touched on things that I was feeling for everybody too. And it reminded me of something that I shared. I shared a meditation, a real short 5-minute meditation that Michael Beckwith talked about in his, he actually does it in this little video on YouTube that I shared in the chat. But one of the things that really struck me about it when I was doing it the other day was the fact that with the problems that other people are having that you feel helpless about, he was saying, that like moments of stillness, if we take the short moments of stillness, that we can actually, if we go into our hearts, he said, there are people in the world, maybe they're in war-torn areas, maybe they're having terrible traumas in their lives right now that they don't have the time to take that time to meditate. So you can take that stillness for them. And just like Dorji was saying, whatever we do raises other people's vibration too. So that's what my intention is, that in love and light, that we take this joy and stillness and joy in our hearts, that this joy will radiate to everyone else in the world who needs it, and especially those people that are incapable right now or in trouble and need it the most, to bless them with the love and the peace of God. And let it be so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes.
We give thanks, and so it is. Ooh,
Thank you.
wow. Wow, you really amped up the energy there, Ruthie.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys amped up my energy too.
And the thing that came through for me is when we do that, the 3 deep breaths, I am consciousness, and we rest in that space of infinite divine grace, I just saw ripples going out. We don't hang on to it for ourselves. We are basking in it, bathing in it, and sending it on. It's what's flowing through us and enriching everyone around us. So, yeah, we are transforming the world. We really are. Oh, Lisbeth, I love that. She's in a thankfulness group. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? She's in a thankful.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, yeah, this woman has started a thankfulness group. She makes a distinction between gratitude and thankfulness, but anyway, she has a different theme for each week, but one time a month we are to focus on one time a month we're to focus on just how we've been being in the world, not doing, but just experiencing and being. And one time a month, we're supposed to focus on the benefits that we've experienced in response to our gratitude. So, like the direct things we've seen when we've offered gratitude. And it doesn't have to be with a person, but just, like if we saw something in nature that felt like a give back or whatever. And it's interesting.
That's really beautiful. What a great exercise. That is fabulous. All right, Peggy, we're ready to send you tons of good energy. What would you like some energy around? I'm going to ask you to unmute. There we
There.
go.
Okay. In love and light, my intention is that I and that all of us are open to and aware of the multitude blessings that come into our lives each and every day, regardless of how they look at the onset we know that everything happens for us. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is. Beautiful, Peggy. Well worth the wait. We went ahead and did a couple of other people since you were busy, but that was wonderful. That was really wonderful. Archana, you're going places. I can tell you're just going places. What
Yes,
would you
we
like
are.
some energy around?
We're going to listen to some music in downtown or in Ridgeville in Evanston. Yeah, so for me, I just would love to have love and light, just bringing in beautiful healing energy for a wonderful interfaith celebration on Sunday with all the cultures and the foods and the people at the Center for Spiritual Living. And I've been having people pray for order and organization at home so I can have my sister-in-law visit in October, and then all of you can come too. And she's from San Diego, and really continuing to be in my creative gifts and organizing and showing up on Sunday in a beautiful way, allowing all of us to have our creative gifts manifest into the world in a beautiful and perfect way. And so it is.
We give thanks, and so it is. Wow, Archana, you brought in something really profound for me. I saw that each of us is a light in a lighthouse, and that light looks like a cut stone, and each facet is a part of who we are. It might be you're a mom or a dad. It might be that you're a daughter or a son. It might be that you're a retired person or you're working in this industry. It might be that you're painting or you're working on a book or you're speaking or whatever it is. But all of those different facets go into shaping the light and how you distribute the light in the world.
Mhm.
And it was just so beautiful. There was so much love in it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for
Thank
bringing that
you.
in.
Thank you. Thank you. It was beautiful. I felt the energy.
Yeah.
Thanks for your love and your kindness and your beautiful selves. Here's Jim. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jim, what would you like some energy
Wonderful.
around?
Something I was talking about the other day was about the slowing down, the simplifying of life in the moment, and the witnessing of what that experience is in that slow, easy moment. So my intention is that all beings experience that.
We'll support you with that starting right now. We give thanks, and so it is. Ah, that was wonderful, Jim. Thank you. Thank you. It is the tiny moments that matter. Absolutely. Every single one. Awesome. Well, it's time to hear from Michelle, and I'm going to hit the ask to unmute button. There you go.
Elaine, I'm going to make you work, please. More of the same week would be great. More of that Christ consciousness and self-love.
Absolutely. In love and light, we are so happy and grateful that Michelle and all of us welcome in the experience of oneness with the divine, with the God of our understanding, the Christ consciousness that is our natural state. And yet our human selves distract us from the truth of who we are. So this week, we all return to our truth with grace, ease, love, joy, and delight. Thank you, divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. We give thanks, and so it is. It was really interesting. The whole time we were holding that intention, I kept hearing, yeah, but yeah, but our human selves continually saying, yeah, but, it sounds good, but I don't know about that. Yeah, but.
Yeah, but
And it's just a reminder from the divine to recommit. I don't know what I said in that intention, but it was pretty good. I'm going to go back and listen to it again and write it down because
it's
that's something that I can reaffirm over and over again. Anytime the yeah, but comes up, it's like, yes, my natural state is Christ consciousness. And I just temporarily forgot. So I welcome that state, that awareness back into my life right this moment. And I feel it spread through me to everyone. Yeah. Thank you so much for reading that. And Michelle, super powerful. David,
May I
yeah.
add something?
Yeah, please.
Reverend Michael says the way to beat our ego from doing that is to ask a question. The ego can't refute a question. You say, why am I always in a state of remembering in Christ consciousness?
mm.
And the ego goes, I got nothing.
I love it. I love it. Would you put that in the chat, please, David? That was really powerful. Wow. Monica, could you unmute and share?
Yes, thank you. So I actually saw something really powerful. I saw half of the sun and I said, huh, I wonder why it's only a half. And then I saw the other half this way. And as the rays were intersecting, it was ourselves and our divine masculine, divine feminine coming back into balance. And we are both sides of us are light. And it's the intersection where our soul really shines through us. So I just wanted to share that.
Mm,
Beautiful.
beautiful. Wow. Wow. Worth the price of admission, I'm saying, totally worth it. Whew. Lisbeth, we're on fire. Are you ready for some really yummy energy?
Sure. I just wanted to share too, though, that while I was doing that, while we were sending those energies, I was seeing like sparkles of crystal light coming down over Michelle and that whole area of the country.
Oh,
So,
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Love you all so much.
same. In love and light, we're so happy and grateful for excellent, safe weather at and around our property and wherever we are. Excellent healing and health for us and for our loved ones with grace and ease. And abundant income and job opportunities for us and for our loved ones. This or better. Thank you.
We give thanks. So it is.
Thank you.
Oh, man. That was really good, Lisbeth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I did want to share one thing for Jim that I didn't mention when he was talking about being. Not only is that one of the things we do in that thankfulness group one time a week, but also I've just finished up a class I did for 3 weeks and going deep into personal growth, life lessons, etc. But anyway, one of the side parts of it that really was quite interwoven is to many times a day do somatic check-ins. And the way she suggested it was just stopping and saying, tuning into your body and saying, what emotion am I feeling right now? And what sensations am I feeling in my body? So that was interesting. And it's a way you can like often relax as you do that.
Cool. I'm typing it into chat because I think that's really important. We often get disconnected. Our minds get disconnected from our bodies, and it really makes a difference. It really does. And David, thank you for putting in that we can refute the ego. Well, the ego can't refute a question. Would you please type in the question that you came up with about why is it I'm always living in Christ consciousness? I think you said something along that line. And yet my human self doesn't always realize it. Why is it I'm always living in Christ? Whatever that was, I don't remember what you said. And we're going to go on to Arlene. Arlene, what would you like some yummy energy around?
Well, I'm thinking a lot about harmony and about gathering in the harmony of the soul with the harmony of the intellect and the spirit. And I'm asking that for all of us, that we feel the harmonious vibrations of the universe in love and light, and that each one of us can go from here to experience the beauty of these wonderful summer days and enjoy being, enjoy just being. It is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is. Oh, lovely. Amazing. Amazing. I mean, you guys always just blow me away. The energy is so incredible. Thank you, David. Why am I always living in and experiencing Christ consciousness? Yes. Beautiful question. Ruthie.
Yes, I just wanted to also add to what David shared, because there's a very short, you know, those YouTube shorts that are like 1 minute long, that Michael Beckwith has about asking the right questions. And so there's other questions you can frame that, how to hijack the subconscious inner critic in
Perfect.
that video that I just shared.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think that's something we all can benefit from because the human self has the doubts. Your higher self doesn't. Your higher self knows better. Okay, I am going to share an intention as well. And I had a very interesting conversation with my brother-in-law yesterday. He is retired and he is enjoying being a sculptor, working in stone. And he was asking me about my spiritual stuff and what I'm doing with it and all this. And he was curious, but he was also kind of pushing back a bit like, well, how do you do this? How do you know that? How do, blah, blah. And I was like, whatever you believe is true for you. It's not true for anybody else. So if you've already decided that that's just not for you, then it's not for you. Like my husband really is not into mediumship. He got to see, shoot, I'm blanking on her name, but she was in the Navy and she was a commander in the Navy, and her daughter-in-law was struck by lightning and killed.
Suzanne,
And yes, Suzanne Giesman. She goes by Giesman, Suzanne Giesman. And he was blown away by her presentation at Sacred Awakening. He's like, wow, I get it that she really believes this is true. And there's no way in hell I'm going there. Right. So it's like we have a choice as to the blinders that we put on ourselves, the limits we put on ourselves. And at one point he asked me, well, do you think that, some people are just really special? Or do you think that everybody has this? I said, oh, everybody has it. Absolutely. And we have free choice as to what we choose to not pursue, to not accept, to not believe, to not express. And he finally got to a point where he really got it. And he said, oh, it's kind of like an artist. And the artist spends a lot of time putting their love and their passion and their delight into what they're creating. And then they put it out there in the world. And some people love it. And some people couldn't care less. And it's really not so much about how the rest of the world receives your art. It's that you are willing to produce and share your art. Yeah. So, my intention in love and light, we are so happy and grateful that we get to express our light, our genius in our own unique and loving way.
Okay. Come on.
Acknowledging and appreciating ourselves for who we are as we are, knowing that we are divinely guided in every moment to shine our lights and welcome in Christ consciousness and infinite abundance in all forms. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. We give thanks, and so it is. It was that was really funny. Something came through for me, a conversation I've had with my husband where he said, I would love to have a superpower. My superpower is going to be I can find anything. Because when I lose something, I spend hours looking for it. It'd be so nice to have the superpower of always knowing where things are. Ruthie, yeah, go ahead.
Wow. Well, yeah, I was gonna say what I was thankful for when in what your intention just now is thankful for all of us and you and this group that you've started because of you wanting to do this little group of all of our little light bulbs together, all of our little shining lights that are, glowing together, just enlarge our hearts every week. And I just am so grateful for you. And
Yeah, there's nothing better than hanging out with spiritual masters. You guys really know your stuff. And it's wonderful to be able to celebrate that together and amplify it together. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to jump because I have to go to another meeting. Ruthie, is it quick?
I just wanted to say quickly that your husband all he has to do, and this works for me every time, is just say a quick prayer, please help me find the thing, you know.
Okay, I'll do that.
Me every time.
Awesome. Love you all. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.